Hey guys, welcome back to Cold Blood Creations. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what we normally put out. I thought it would be fun to take you guys with me and show you how I photograph all of our reptiles for our website, for Morph Market, and for our social media. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually a photographer and I discovered my love of photography through reptile photography. So every time I take pictures of our reptiles, I'm going back to my roots. Today, I am mainly focusing on milk snakes. We're gonna be adding 6 more milk snakes to the website today. I believe I have 1 Florida king snake in here, so let's go take a look at everything. Here is all of the snakes that we will be photographing today. I think it's safe to say we're adding lots of color today. This is my setup. I just like to have a nice clean white background because it makes the colors pop. And then I have my 2 lights. My brother actually got me these lights for Christmas one year and they come in so handy. So I already have them turned on. The way that I select what reptiles I'm photographing for the day is honestly very simple. I just pick the ones that have the best feeding records. Are you good? So the only additional thing that I need besides my setup whenever I'm photographing milk snakes, and I've kind of had to learn this the hard way over the last couple of years, is you need some type of cup, like a deli cup or anything lying around, because if you guys don't know, milk snakes don't sit still. There is no such thing as a baby milk snake that will just sit still for you. It's not like portraits. Milk snakes are constantly moving, so I have to put them on the surface right here, and then I'm just gonna put this on top of them until they calm down and sit still. And then I'm gonna get a picture up above them and then a picture to the side. That way you guys can really get a good idea of what you're looking at. Also, when I'm photographing, I will actually just use my phone to take the pictures because it just makes things easier. And also, let's be honest, like the iPhone cameras are just getting better and better. So I'll use the iPhone for the website pictures, and then I will use my camera for when I want to take some pictures or videos for Reels for Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, which if you guys aren't following us on Cold Blood Creations on Instagram or Facebook, you definitely should, because I try to post as much as I can. So I've got this guy, he obviously doesn't want to sit still for a picture, so I honestly just have him under this cup and then I will lift it up whenever he seems to be calmed down. And then I'll take the picture from a couple of different angles, and then I will put him up and move to the next one. You know, I've heard people say that if you want to get a job that'll test your patience, become a teacher, but I say become a milk snake photographer because it'll do it. So if you're ever scrolling through our website and you see pictures of milk snakes, just know that your girl spent at least 2 hours on 3 snakes. Because 9 times out of 10, this is what happens. Fun fact, this is actually my work table that I use most days to prepare bearded dragon salads or literally anything. But on Thursdays, this is my photo shoot area. Thursdays are also the days that my neighbor gets her yard cleaned. So if you hear lawnmowers, I'm sorry, I don't have a microphone. But don't you guys worry, they do calm down eventually, and yes, they are handleable. Florida Kings are usually a little bit easier to photograph, even though this one's kind of telling on me, but most of the time they will just sit still and let you do your thing. They don't really move around as much as milk snakes. Of course, this one's gonna move around as much as possible to make me sound like an idiot, but most of the time they're a lot easier to photograph. Okay, so I finished photographing all the snakes. They are put back in their enclosures and my work table is now clean. So we will start the editing process. I'm going to cull through all of these photos and then pick the best ones. To give you guys an idea of how many photos I usually take, I just deleted 95 photos and I only ended up using 14. I like to edit on my iPad just because I feel like it just makes things easier. I feel like I can see all the details. Now, there are a few rules that I have whenever I edit. And number 1 is I don't edit the color of the snake. I leave the color completely alone because I want to make sure that you guys can see exactly what you're getting. So I don't want to make the snake look, you know, brighter or change the colors, anything like that. So I will literally just bump up the shadows, the whites, Just make the picture really sharp and really bright so you guys can really see what you're getting. So from there, I will just take the pictures and email them to the Coldblade Creation email, where my dad will put them on Morph Market and our website. So if you guys are interested in milk snakes or king snakes, bearded dragons, anything like that, you guys can check out our website and Morph Market. That will be linked in the description box below. Now, this is typically my process for taking pictures specifically for the website, but if I want to take photos for like social media or just, I don't know, YouTube thumbnails or something, I will usually take my camera and I will either take the animals outside, because we have a pretty big yard, so there's a lot of good spots out there that I can take their pictures, or sometimes these bearded dragon enclosures are already so aesthetically pleasing that sometimes I'll just take my camera and take a picture straight through the glass, because I try my best to keep these glasses very, very clean. And let's be real, I don't make the rules here, but bearded dragons are the most photogenic reptiles ever. They just are. So it's super easy to get pictures of them. Okay guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I absolutely love all things photography, so this video was really fun for me. And if you guys maybe want to make this a little series, or maybe just do a part 2, let me know in the comments below. I would love to do that. All right, I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye. Man, I love this rocking chair. I'm so glad we have a chair in the shop now.